first and foremost, an incredible debt of gratitude and thank you to all of the first responders who are here, state, local, the Eastern area coordinators, incident commanders from the Forest Service, volunteers who are here and have been here since Sunday, and of course to the communities impacted by these fires. They were fast moving, they were incredibly destructive. We have neighbors who've lost their homes and their property, and this fire is still at this point in time, while being managed, is still very much uncontained. If you're hearing it, the sound that everybody wanted to hear was the sound of rain on the roof up here, but as these experts will tell you, that basically just gives a little bit of reprieve to get ready to go again. This is going to be a fight over the coming days and potentially weeks as these fires are brought under control. I just want to say a thank you. We have our federal partners, Senator Klobuchar and Smith, are here. You're going to see the state representatives have come down in the middle of their work to make sure their voice is being heard, and all of the local folks, the mayors, thank you, county commissioners, all the folks that are here to make a difference, and then a special thank you to the Red Cross and the organizations that are here. I think the biggest thing is, and this is a big thank you to the resources will come, our federal partners will make sure that those are coming. The state is in a position that I know it's too early for a lot of folks that are in this room because they're fighting the fire to think about, but folks want to know what recovery looks like. And I think that commitment, knowing both from the federal and the state level, certainly neighbors will help neighbors, but that commitment to help folks rebuild. And it's this time I always give a huge thank you to the bipartisan work in the legislature that passed the disaster contingency account. That means if we can't get help federally from FEMA or the incident doesn't apply, we have broad authority to put that money in, and that account sets at $50 million a year to help for flooding, tornadoes, incidents like this. So just to reassure folks on this, it's hard, and we certainly know that it's going to be traumatic over the coming months, but the commitment to rebuilding is there. With that, I'm going to turn it to our federal partners with Senator Klobuchar and Smith.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you, Governor. And I have never been happier for rain in my life, especially a hard rain and a rain that doesn't seem to be accompanied by wind, even though there's a lot of wind in the rest of the state right now. Our firefighters and first responders have just done incredible work here. And from a federal angle, our job was to make sure that FEMA helped out with a fire grant and got that as a major part of this effort. And we have both, Tina and I have both spoken with the head of the USDA, which runs a lot of this. Brooke Rawlings is secretary, and she has pledged to help in any way. And I put her in touch with the sheriff when he needed aerial maps, and they appeared to send them personally, so we got those. And we're just ready to help in any way. I am always amazed at how isolated these forests can be and how difficult the job is to fight these fires. You have properties that are separated by miles and miles, sometimes with limited communications. I learned today the work that's being done to protect the AT&T tower that provides the service to Ely, and the work that must be done to protect some critical infrastructure in these wild areas. But I want to thank them, and we are looking forward to thanking the firefighters personally. But as usual, northern Minnesota is up to the task, strong, and while these fires are not yet contained, we are doing everything we can because of the spirit of the people up here.
We came up today to hear firsthand what is happening with fighting this fire, to survey the damage for ourselves, and to be really clear that we're ready to do everything we can to help respond to this fire, and then also, as the governor and the senator said, to help these communities recover once the fire is put out. I am always amazed by the way I see these communities coming together, and also how I see the folks at the federal level and the state level and the local level all coming together, working in an incident command structure to make sure that we are as efficient and effective as we can in controlling these natural disasters. And that is characteristic of this part of the state, and wonderful to see. I heard this part of the state, northeastern Minnesota, described as, what was it, ugly beautiful or something like that, which I love, and it reminds us that it is complicated to fight fires in terrain like this, where there's lots of wetland, as structures spread very, very far away from each other, and putting together the resources to be able to fight a fire in this environment is not easy. So thank you so much to everybody who is doing the work, including the volunteers and the EMS and everybody that is working. And my heart goes out to the folks who have lost their homes or their cabins, places that are so dear to them, things that they will never be able to replace. We're thinking about all of you as we look towards recovery.
Thank you all. We'd be glad, we don't want to hold these folks up too long. They're going to take us out and show us up. We'd be glad if there's a question or two. You've got some local officials here. The experts are, of course, the ones we're listening to, but
Okay.
let's get out there.
All right,
then. So thank you all.
Thank you. Okay,
Thank
thanks.
you. Thank you, everybody.